The what now question is always more important than the what was or even the what is, because pain is a part of the human experience. All of us are bound to lose somebody that we love at one point or another. People don't realize that those of us that are quote unquote strong, we're only that way because we've been through a lot of shit. It's not like we woke up and we're like, yeah, I'm going to be a superhero. It's that life has thrown a lot of shit at us and we had to choose whether we're going to become bitter or better. That's the thing about grief. It is twofold. Yes, there is the pain of letting go, but there's also the birth of something new. We often don't talk about the birth of something new because we get so focused on what was, what we're going to miss, what we no longer have. Some people, that's literally all they ever see, and they never give themselves a chance to write the new story. Consider what now? How do I move forward now? What could be great now? Grief is such a common part of life. At one point or another, all of us are going to experience it. Learn how to let go, because nothing ever stays the same, ever. I don't care how perfect you think your life is or how beautiful things have been. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from. Nothing ever stays the same in life. The only constant is that things are going to change. So the people that get the most out of life, people that enjoy it the most, are the people who accept this basic truth, which is that nothing ever stays the same. We're always growing and learning and evolving. And the people who do not want to grow, do not want to change, do not want to evolve, those are often the people who get stuck in life. And they live very miserable and sad lives because they're still breathing, but they're just refusing to engage in the work. I'm glad that's not you and that you found peace in your suffering. Grief is very tough and it never ends, really. It's like some days are better than most. People tell you that you're so strong. It's probably because you have to be. I mean, what's the alternative? You're still breathing. You don't really have a choice in the matter. I mean, you do, but that is the only acceptable one, because you checking out on your kids when they lost their father is not an acceptable option. And we're strong because we decided to become better. The more obstacles you go through in life, the stronger you're bound to be. I understand that people mean it as a compliment, but it's not really something that strong people want to be complimented for. Because the strength comes from the suffering. When you haven't suffered, you haven't had to be strong. You haven't had to rise up when you didn't want to. When there was no one there to pick you up, and it was just you. And it was either you're going to lay on that ground and nobody was coming to get you, or you were going to get up from your knees and put one foot in front of the other. Then that's what you do, because that's what you've had to do to survive. We all do what we have to do to survive. People are strong because they're traumatized. We're the most traumatized. That's why we're the most strong. It's a double-edged sword. When you don't deal with extremely uncomfortable situations, you don't get to rise up because everything is going your way. You need challenges, you need adversity. It builds character. But yes, it comes with trauma. We're not here to be here forever. This is a very short ride. We're here to learn lessons, do certain things to move human life along, to cleanse our bloodline. And then we leave and we go home. This is not our permanent home. We're all just passing through. So you can't get too attached to anything here because none of it is really ours. None of it was really ever ours. We're literally borrowing everything on earth. All of it. And you know how I know that? Because we don't get to take any of it with us. When we die, we don't get to take any of it with us. We don't get to take our clothes with us. We don't take our shoes with us. We don't take our bags with us. We don't get to take our family members with us, our friends with us. We don't get to take anybody with us. When something does not belong to you, you don't get to take it with you. That's why our body stays here when we die and our spirit leaves. Because the only thing really that's ours is our spirit. That's it. These other things help make the experience more fun, and they certainly enhance the experience, but they don't define us because they're not us, nor are they for us. We're literally just borrowing things and borrowing experiences until it's time for us to go home. It's actually brought your family together going through this grief. That's wonderful. That tells me that your family was really healthy. Because unfortunately, when families are not healthy, whenever there's a crisis, like grief or anything else, it actually pulls people apart further. Because they were already like barely hanging on together. So that's really good for you that it's actually brought you guys together. How long ago did this happen? How long ago did you lose your husband? Almost 2 years ago. So not very long, obviously. I think you're doing an excellent job given how recent all of this was. One day at a time. That's really all we can do with these harder parts of life, you know, especially because you were together for so long. Longer than a lot of people have been alive. You know, I think about love, and it's like the people that get to experience those love the deepest are usually the people who are open to all that comes with it. You know, like a young bride on her wedding day is not thinking like one day I'm going to have to be at a funeral where I'm going to be saying goodbye to my loved one. Like that's not even a part of her reality. But in order for her to get to that point, she has to be willing to like ride the wave of love, and it's not all happy all the time. And I think that's the thing about love that a lot of people like misunderstand. They think that their perfect relationship should have no problems. It should just be fun and happy all the time. And if it's not fun and happy all the time, then they feel like something is wrong, something is broken. But that's not true, because even if you're happy most of the time, at some point somebody's going to be leaving the other. The likelihood that you're both going to die at the same time are very slim. So like there is some bitterness that comes with it. If you're willing to love, you have to be willing to hurt. It's a part of it. But people just want the happy times. They don't want the pain. They don't want the arguments. They don't want the disagreements. They don't want their funeral home. They don't want to go to the hospital. They don't want to be in the ER. They just want to be in La La Land, like making love for hours and laughing and giggling and cuddling and eating. They think that's what love is. They don't understand love is devotion. Devotion means like, I am lost in your experience. I am committed to witnessing your experience. And I am here for you throughout your experience. They want the honeymoon phase. They think that's what love is, because movies and TV shows have told us that that's what marriage looks like, when that can be further from the truth. So as somebody who was with your spouse for 37 years, how would you describe love? For you, what is love? I just think a lot of us could learn from you, because most of us don't know what that's like to be with the same person for 37 years and to actually like them and enjoy them and be excited about them. Because I know, you know, because people can be married for a long time and they could like hate each other or just can barely stand each other. And you come around them and there's like an air, there's an energy that you feel where they're just like, oh, like so sick of each other. When somebody finds somebody that they're in love with still after 37 years, that is magic. So do you love as support, understanding, communication, and focus on doing for them, not yourself? So it's selfless, it's giving, supporting. If he was physically here, because I know he's spiritually here, but if he was physically here and I were to ask him the same question, what does he think helped your love stay healthy and joyful for 37 years with 4 children? What do you think he would say? Sacrificing your needs for theirs and vice versa. So it sounds like there was a lot of pouring into each other's cups in your marriage. That is beautiful. For some people, they don't mind sacrificing for their partner, their spouse, whatever, whether it's like early into dating or whether you're married. But if you both do it, you both win. Exactly. That's what I was getting at. You do anything for me and make me happy, which in turn makes him happy. And that is because he genuinely loves you. When you genuinely love somebody, it's not hard to do things to make them happy, because just seeing them happy is enough to make you happy. But when you don't genuinely love them, when they're happy and you're not happy, you feel like you're getting cheated. I think really it goes back down to like how you really feel about the person, because Some people can be self-sacrificing, but sometimes people don't meet other people that also want to sacrifice. Sometimes it could be self-sacrificing, but you meet other people who don't want to share. They just want to take. And they almost feel entitled to you being there. They feel entitled to everything that you have to offer, to everything you have to give, as if it was like their birthright all of a sudden. Like they start taking you for granted and start feeling like they deserve everything you have to offer. Love is work. When you truly love the person, it doesn't feel like work. Because when you truly love the person, you going without it doesn't feel like a loss. It doesn't feel like you're going without something. Let's say it's the last slice of pizza and you both want it. When you really love the person, watching them enjoy it makes your heart happy. So yes, it's work, but it's not work that eats away at your soul. It's actually work that like fills you up, gives you a sense of purpose, that keeps you grounded, that nourishes you, that sustains you. Yours cut it in half, and that is why you lasted 37 years and you were both happy. I can't tell you in how many relationships that would not be the answer. Like, I think some couples will fight over it. Some couples, one person will say you can have it, but very few couples would actually physically cut it in half. I think that cutting it in half is actually the more honest answer, because the truth is we both want it. Why can't we both be happy? And most couples will not defer to that. So those of you that are on this live that are dating, maybe this is like a good test for your relationship, because people show you how they feel about you based on the things they do. I don't care how many love letters they write you. And take my advice with a grain of salt. I'm a Capricorn Venus. So I am very earthy when it comes to my emotions. I'm very grounded when it comes to how I experience love. So take my advice with a grain of salt, because I know every zodiac sign is different. But my truth is that when people really have loved me in the past, I could always tell by the things they did. It was never by the things they said. So for me, it comes down to, what are your actions showing me? What is your behavior telling me? What is it that your body language telling me? People get lost in actually like trusting the words that people speak. And I think people need to stop doing that. I'm not saying you shouldn't trust anyone ever. I think you should give people a chance to prove themselves to you before you trust them. And people can tell you they love you all day long, but if they're doing shitty things to you, and you always know that those are shitty things, because if you were to do those things to them, they wouldn't like it. That's how you can tell. So if you're not sure that they're doing shitty things, ask yourself, if I had done that to them, would they have liked it? Would they have had a problem with it? If the answer is yes, then yes, that was a shitty thing that they did to you on purpose. So if they're doing shitty things to you on purpose, but they're telling you that they love you, then the shitty things that they're doing should tell you that they don't love you. And it doesn't matter what they say. Too many of you trust what people say too much, and I never understood why. Because my Capricorn soul could never. I trust with evidence. I trust with evidence. You want me to trust? Show me the receipts. And even then, I need to see the receipts over a long period of time. Don't just show me one receipt, because anybody can be good on any given day. I need to know you can be good over a year before I can even take you seriously.
You can book your astrology reading at intuitivehealing.com. You can also watch videos at Intuitive Healing here on YouTube for Astrology 101 content. Listen to the Aquarius podcast on Spotify, as well as here on YouTube for your horoscope. If you're interested in astrology and love connections, you can visit at Styled Under Libra. And of course, for health and wellness and holistic healing, visit at Styled Under Virgo for all of your astrology content. Thanks so much for watching.